Music Production.
What is happening? We're looking at Iris Energy here. I just want to quickly say Happy New Year, and we're going to get right into it. I want to also highlight this is this next couple of weeks is when we're expecting a Bitcoin ETF approval, right? And then the next, I believe, 90 to 100 days, somewhere in between there's going to be the Bitcoin halving, right? So miners are going to be fighting to get Bitcoin rewards. The reward itself is going to be cut in half, which is going to make it more scarce to get Bitcoin, right? So the halving is always a supply shock, and the demand shock that could be potentially coming in place this year is the ETFs. So this is something that we should all be really excited for, and it's pretty well hard to comprehend like how much capital could come into the space. So if you're interested, look at what the ETF approvals did to gold, and that is essentially what we're expecting to happen in the crypto space as well. So when we're looking at Iris Energy and we're looking at this stock and what to expect from a technical perspective over the next few weeks and months, okay, we've clearly started a new uptrend, right? And it didn't start just now, right? We bottomed out way in January, right? Early last year we bottomed out, and we started to see large influx of volume coming into the space, bullish volume. As you can see, early February, large volume coming in. You start to see spikes in bullish volume across the board, all under this price point here, which is around 566 to around 650, right? So if we mark out this zone here, this is where you'll see majority of the volume coming into the space, right? So that's around 585 to around 660. So there's a dollar zone where if you're paying attention here, and this was developing since May 2022 under this zone, you can now look at this as a massive rounding bottom base that was being developed, right? You could look at it that way. And what we're looking at here is most of this increase of volume is happening under that zone. And why I think that is significant is because why would big money be coming in at these levels? They're trying to, essentially what they're doing is they're preparing themselves. They're trying to get the most valuable price of any certain crypto stock. We're looking at Iris Energy. If you look at most of the miners, you'll see they developed a large accumulation base, and there was increase in bull volume, especially near the end of 2023. Okay, so right back to the basics. This is what we call an equilibrium trend. We're starting to break out of this base here, right? We're just starting to break out of this base if you're counting it from the 585 to 660 zone. So the past few days, we see this 30% correction, right? From the very highs right till here, it's around a 30% correction. That's nothing to be dramatic about, because if you're thinking about it, this was a resistance point since May 2022. It's better off that we retest it now, make sure it's support, develop a base on top of it, and then that will allow us to continue higher going into this year, 2024. So what we're looking at here, it seems very simple to me. We're just simply retesting this zone where we might develop some sort of base here before we curl up and try to tackle this $10 plus zone, right? So this is something we should be very excited about. I think we're not going to find setups like this in the market. Who knows for how long it's going to be, right? Like before we get another setup like this on a name that's as volatile as Iris Energy or as some of these other crypto miners. So what we're paying attention to here in the next few weeks and months is to see how strong of a base are we going to develop above this zone. We've seen big money coming in at the end of 2023, and that is to position themselves for what's to come this year with the two major catalysts we were talking about earlier in the video. So that's the breakdown here on Iris Energy. Peace.